Well, welcome to another Face2Face interview with Rockosaurus. Today I'm very pleased to be chatting to the guys from Bad Luck Friday. Welcome to Leo's Red Lion, guys.
Oh, yeah?
Hey.
Is it the first time you've played here?
It is first time. First time in Gravesend, yeah.
Well, yeah, hopefully it won't be the last.
Yeah.
Now, I just heard you in soundcheck. Quite phenomenal sound you have going there. I mean, how would you describe your music?
It's hard rock, I suppose. It's quite a mix of everything, really, from like sort of classic rock to modern rock. You know, I suppose there's a tiny bit of blues influence as I play harmonica.
Yeah.
But we're certainly not, you know, not blues band
No.
by any means.
Well, no.
But yeah, it's a real mix, really. I mean, I suppose we are a little bit like Blackstone Cherry band like that, but more of a British sound, whereas they've got the Southern American thing. So,
yeah. No, I could see exactly what you mean there. I mean, Blackstone Cherry, one of my favourite bands. So seen them many times. I met the guys some years ago before they got big.
Right. Yeah, I think that sums it up pretty well. So we're steeped in classic rock influence.
Yeah.
Obviously, we both grew up with Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, Deep Purple, that sort of thing.
Proper music.
Well, there's always good music.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Will's voice is obviously quite soulful, quite Paul Rodgers-y, and he plays the harmonica. So yeah, we do get that blues tinge. People refer to it as the blues influence in what we do, which is fair enough. But yeah, we do like to take from the modern rock stuff as well, especially with the production side of it.
Yeah,
you know,
because like we both grew up with the kind of early 2000s stuff as well. So you know, Rage Against the Machine and bands like that. So there's a bit more of that kind of hard edge to it.
Yeah, especially in terms of the guitar sounds and things like that.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, it's bad to try and pigeonhole a band and say, you know, it sounds like, because you sound like you. You know, I mean, I've seen you play before, of course. Well, down at Sitting Bull.
Yeah.
A few years ago now, that was.
Right.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't recognise you straight off when you
right.
arrived today.
He's got a forgettable face, hasn't he?
Yeah.
It's not really, though, is it? I mean, I'm sorry, you know. But yeah, I mean, it's I've never known anyone to play harmonica quite like you do. I mean, it's phenomenal sound, you know. I mean, it's rock harmonica is.
There's not too many people that do it. I suppose John Popper is probably the only other one.
Yeah.
Really, but you know, their music's very different from us.
So.
So.
Yeah. No, I mean it just works so well. I mean it's like a lead guitar.
That's it. Yeah.
But,
yeah, that's half the point of it, really.
Yeah.
So it creates like a unique selling point, and it gives me less solos to do.
Well,
fewer solos to do.
Yeah. You can relax a bit more, can't you? You know? Yeah, let him take the lead.
90% of guitar playing is rhythm playing.
Yeah, very true. Actually.
Despite what YouTube channels would have you believe.
Oh God, yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I mean, it's funny because often it's funny when there is a rhythm guitarist and a lead guitarist. I'm often focused on what the rhythm guitarist is actually doing to add to the mix.
Right.
You know, I find that actually quite fascinating because that's what's filling out the sound.
For sure, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm no musician, so you know, excuse me if my parlance isn't actually musically based, but it does. It's that layer.
For sure,
Which adds
I mean,
to
like
depth.
Angus would be nothing without Malcolm, would he?
Oh, absolutely right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because somebody's got to keep it going, while the lead guitarist is actually doing his, you know, spotlight bit.
Yeah, it's a great example of how those two guitar players work together. So sometimes they're in unison, sometimes they're doing contrasting parts, left and right.
Yeah.
Sometimes they want to be backing the other up on a lead, you know. So.
But in this case, it's harmonica and guitar working in, synchronicity.
I just do the widdly stuff, you know.
Widdly stuff.
Yeah.
Here's an interesting thought. Yeah. Now, I mentioned breath control upstairs before we sat down. How have you developed that control?
I don't know, really. I suppose because most of my influences on my harp playing are guitarists, you know. And to get that kind of guitar-like sound on the harp, it's mostly draw notes, so, you know, mostly inhale.
Yeah.
People seem to think that harmonicas will blow, but actually like 90% of the notes I play are on the inhale.
Yeah.
So I've just had to get very good at... I don't think I have an extra large lung capacity or anything, you know. I'm actually asthmatic, so I'm probably a bit below average.
And
but
you choose to use it to play an instrument.
Exactly,
That requires
yeah,
use of
yeah.
breath. Okay.
so I've had to get really good at inhaling very gradually.
Yeah.
So although it sounds like I'm using a lot of air, I'm not. I'm using like as little air as I can get away with.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
even I didn't know that.
No, well, there
Yeah.
you go. Every day's a school day.
But people think
Yeah.
I must like blow all my harps out all the time.
Yeah, well, as I
break all
said
the
to you
reeds,
upstairs,
but-
so, you know, I think you've got a direct link to your arsehole with air
That's-
going
that's the
straight up and
secret.
through.
Yeah.
It's the only way I could possibly fathom how it was done. You know? I was looking for the tube. But, but no, I mean, that sustain that you get with that. I mean, well, okay, you're used to it with the guitar. It's easy with the guitar. Well, so I'm told. But to do that with your breath that was pretty amazing. What I've just heard
Thanks.
upstairs. So yeah, kudos to you. But no, I mean, I'm really looking forward to tonight because it's seeing you in full force is really going to be something special. I remember seeing you down at Sittingbourne and thinking, wow, this is a bit good. I don't know whether you were with Will on that gig,
Sittingbourne? Which gig was that?
Bourne Music Club. I mean, you were.
I don't know. It wasn't a Bad Luck Friday show.
No,
was
you
it?
were
It was-
under
it
the
was a
name
Will Wilde show.
under Will Wilde.
Yeah, I seem to remember that one. Maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was a little bit of a transitional period
Hmm.
where that, you know, the sort of personnel of the later kind of lineups of my
Yeah.
solo band kind of crossed over with,
Yeah.
you know, with the Bad Luck Friday lineup.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But no, it's you guys.
two separate things.
Yeah. No, I mean I remember then that I was quite sort of rather impressed with the harp playing. Yeah. So what are we? Where are we as far as new music's concerned? Have we got new stuff coming out on the way?
Yep. We are currently working on second album.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be in a similar vein.
Yeah.
So it is rock, hard rock, with the harmonica in there.
Mm-hmm.
I think we need to put a bit more harmonica in it, don't we?
Well, yeah, we probably do. We probably do. I'd say it's less. There is even less blues in the
Right.
newer stuff.
Yes.
Because there were a couple of tracks on the debut record. Low Down Dirty was one, and Mistress was the other.
Yeah.
That they weren't written as Bad Luck Friday songs initially.
Right.
They were sort of songs I'd had knocking around for a couple of years.
Yeah.
That we used, you know, and made them a bit heavier.
Yeah.
Whereas the stuff we're writing for the next record is all co-written from the outset. So
Right.
yeah, so it's more hard rock and less sort of blues rock. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I'm letting that modern guitar sound influence come through a little bit
Yeah.
more. So it's a little bit like, so Black Heart, which is one of the ones we did in soundcheck just now. Black Heart is almost kind of that 1987 period of Whitesnake,
Sure.
when they had
sure.
John Sykes in.
Yeah.
So it's quite sort of quite thrashy,
Yeah.
but it's not actually thrash metal.
I
It's,
know what you mean.
it's just like turbo rock.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
So
Yeah, real power rock. Yeah, I mean it's
yeah, and just
Yeah.
kind of showing off the dexterity as much as you can, and
Sure.
trying to be inventive, and
yeah.
yeah, basically I'm coming up with parts that are slightly too difficult for me, but I will get them, obviously.
Yeah, but well, the thing is, if you don't stretch yourself, you never develop, do you?
Exactly.
I mean, you've got to take yourself out of your comfort zone.
For sure. Yeah.
Otherwise, everything becomes sort of stagnant.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what we did with the debut record, because we wrote it over the lockdowns.
Yeah.
So it was like 2 years of just writing and refining and you know re-recording ideas in the studio.
Yeah.
And then thinking at the end of it, right, now we need to work out how to play this live.
Yeah.
And we did it, you know.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But try and make the the record as good as possible, and then worry about how we're going to play it later. You know?
We spend a lot of time and energy worrying about how to make it as good as possible, like Brook says. So 2 years through lockdown, we were refining that album.
Yeah.
We'd go away from the song, a particular song, and we'd come back to it.
Yeah.
2 weeks later, maybe, having worked on other ones in the interim, and go, oh, cut that middle, that's not working.
Yeah.
If in doubt, leave it out was our byword.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we ended up cutting a lot.
Yeah.
If in doubt, leave it out. So we cut a lot of stuff out, and it ended up being much better for it. This time we're doing a slightly swifter process.
Yeah.
Because obviously we don't have a lockdown to wallow in. So we're trying to be more efficient.
Yeah.
And taking those decision-making skills that we had all developed and putting them into practice straight away.
Sure.
So hopefully we can get the second album done and dusted the way we want it.
Yeah.
As quick as possible, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I suppose you're more used to the way each other thinks as well, as far as the writing process.
Yeah,
is
for sure.
concerned.
Yeah.
So, you're more sort of tuned into each other's thought processes. So
That's it.
Yeah, we don't waste a lot of time. We try out ideas, even if the other one's not feeling it. We'll try an idea and then we'll look at it objectively and go yes or no, and then
no, fair enough. Get the best product at the end of the day.
Yeah.
well, just something you enjoy playing live. Like, because I'd be embarrassed to go on stage and play things that we hadn't put all that time and effort in and energy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, no, absolutely. I mean, you've got to be happy on stage.
That's it.
And proud.
And indeed, yeah. Because if you're not, it comes through to the audience and then they switch off. So no, it's always great to see people enjoying what they're doing because their heart and soul's in it. And certainly listening to you in sound check, I can see your heart and souls are well and truly entrenched. Guys, fabulous talking to you. Thank you so much for taking the time out, and good luck for this evening.
Thanks a lot.
And going forward and with the new album.
Cheers.
Nice one. Thanks very much.
Pleasure. Cheers.